Picture this. You're sitting in a room full of people. Friends, supposedly. Conversation flowing. Laughter everywhere. Phones out. Capturing the moment. And you're there. Physically present. Smiling at the right times. Playing your part. But inside? Inside, you've never felt more alone. And here's what breaks you. You felt more at peace 2 hours ago. Sitting in your apartment with nothing but silence and your own thoughts. You were told connection heals. That vulnerability builds intimacy. That the answer to loneliness is always more people. Open up, they said. Let people in. So you did. You showed up. You shared. You let your guard down. And what happened? They used it against you 3 months later. Or they smiled to your face and whispered when you left. Or worse, they just forgot. The people who feel safest alone aren't broken. They're pattern recognizers who've been punished for being honest. Your solitude isn't a disorder, brother. It's a defense mechanism. And it developed for a very good reason. Chapter 2, the biological truth. Your brain evolved in tribes of 50 to 150 people. Reputation wasn't just important, it was survival. Exile meant death, so your nervous system treats social threats like physical ones. When someone betrays you, your anterior cingulate cortex lights up. You know what else activates that region? Physical pain. Your brain can't tell the difference between a broken bone and broken trust. Some people have genetic variations in their oxytocin and serotonin receptors. They're highly sensitive persons. Not weak, sensitive. You detect social data others miss, the micro-expression that doesn't match the words, the energy shift when you walk into a room. You're not paranoid, you're perceptive. Here's the brutal truth. Your amygdala doesn't reset after social betrayal. Get burned repeatedly, it stays activated, hypervigilant, always scanning for the next threat. Your biology isn't malfunctioning. It's protecting you from an environment your ancestors never had to navigate. Chapter 3, the mechanism. Let me walk you through how this happens. It starts with hope. You meet someone. Your brain releases oxytocin. You feel warmth, possibility. Maybe this time will be different. So you open up, share something real. Then comes the betrayal. Not dramatic. The small ones. They laugh at what you shared. They minimize your feelings. They give advice when you needed presence. Your cortisol spikes. Your amygdala fires. Your body screams. Your hippocampus stores the pattern. Voice tone, facial expression, context, your danger. After enough repetitions, your prefrontal cortex overrides your social impulses. It runs the calculation. Energy cost of performance plus risk of betrayal exhaustion. E greater than benefits of shallow connection. That's when solitude becomes safety. You're not avoiding connection. You're avoiding the war of pretending to be someone digestible. Chapter 4, the warning signs. You rehearse conversations for hours. A simple text takes 20 minutes because you're analyzing every word, every punctuation mark. You've turned messages into psychological battlefields. Social interaction, even good ones, leave you depleted. You come home from a party where you seemed fine and collapse. You've been sprinting away from yourself for hours. You share something real and immediately regret it. Not because their reaction was bad, but because you spend days analyzing it, wondering if you were too much. Example, Marcus keeps friends at arm's length. They know his job, his hobbies, but they don't know he lies awake wondering if his life means anything. He has entire creative worlds, writing, music, ideas. He'd never share because no one would get it. The loneliest part, he's probably right. Silence with yourself feels like peace. Silence with others feels like pressure. Chapter 5, the social conspiracy. Modern society created perfect conditions for this pattern. Digital performance culture turned every interaction into content. Authenticity is a brand. People don't share moments, they curate them for engagement. Then there's weaponized therapy speak. I'm setting a boundary became code for avoiding accountability. Not my emotional labor became an excuse to never show up. The language of healing became the language of avoidance. We live in a cult of extroversion. Solitude is treated like disease. If you're not constantly networking, socializing, building your brand, you're failing at being human. Modern friendship is transactional. You're the funny friend, the reliable friend, the friend who gives advice. But when you need instead of give, watch how fast they disappear. Example, Sarah is everyone's therapist friend. Always listening, always there. Then she goes through something hard, reaches out for support, gets platitudes, sending vibes. Things happen for a reason. One friend even says, "I can't handle heavy stuff right now." Sarah's been handling their heavy stuff for years. She just stops calling. Most don't notice until they need advice again. You're not damaged for withdrawing. You're sane. The culture is sick. Chapter 6. The inevitable collapse. There's a moment, a breaking point. The loneliest you've ever felt was surrounded by people. Maybe a party you threw. People laughed, took photos, had fun, and you stood in your own home feeling invisible. Or sitting with friends and realizing no one here actually knows me. Example, David has college buddies, annual camping trips, group chats, 15 years of friendship. Never once shared his real fears. Never told them about his father's dementia. Never mentioned the poetry he writes in his car before work. One night, he tries. Shares something real. His friend responds, "Damn bro, that's heavy." Anyway, did you see the game? David goes quiet, stops texting first, stops planning. And here's the terrifying part. Most don't even notice he's gone. The collapse isn't loud. It's the moment you stop hoping someone will finally get it. You're not hiding from connection. You're protecting something precious from people who wouldn't value it anyway. Chapter 7. The bitter truth. Most people don't actually want to know you. They want a version that makes them comfortable. They want your energy, not your depth. Your function, not your truth. You available, not authentic. You healed enough to serve them, not messy enough to need them. The people who hurt you weren't monsters. They were normal. And that's worse. They didn't have capacity to hold what you gave them. They weren't evil. They were shallow. Betrayal and shallow connection aren't exceptions. They're the default.
You might be waiting for someone to prove connection is safe. That person may never come.
You're not special for feeling this way. You're one of millions. But you're also not wrong. Both things are true. Chapter 8. The solution. Stop apologizing for your boundaries. The right people won't make you feel guilty for protecting your peace. Curate ruthlessly. One real conversation beats 100 surface interactions. Build your life around the 2 or 3 who've earned access. If you haven't found them yet, build it around yourself. Become self-sufficient in meaning. Don't outsource your worth to validation. Build, create, think, grow. Let your solitude be generative. The person you become in solitude is often more real than who you perform in public. Accept the trade-off. Depth costs breadth. Choose consciously. Redefine connection. Maybe it's not constant. Maybe it's rare and precious. One conversation a year that reminds you I'm not insane for seeing this way. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You need to understand yourself so well their misunderstanding doesn't shake you. If solitude is where you stop performing and start existing, it's not isolation, it's integrity. The world will call you cold, distant, difficult. Let them. You're not here to be easy to digest. You're here to live on your own terms. If that means solitude is sanctuary, not exile, build it unapologetically. The people who feel safer alone aren't running from connection. They're refusing to betray themselves for the illusion of it. Stay strong, brother.